Here's a golden rule from small business owners. Why don't I buy from certain small business owners? You have to, ladies and gentlemen, be perceived to be greater than you actually are. Business owners need to be perceived to be greater than you actually are. Because if you come to my house and give me a quote to do the painting of my house, and you come there, and I'm not even going to go about appearances. I'm not going to say that you should be neat, that you should have a vehicle that's clean without all papers on the front seat and in the cubby hole, and all Kentucky Fried Chicken wrappers in the back of your bakkie. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you come to me and you're not neat. You actually give me a written quote that's torn out of an exam book from school, and you give me the price. And you want me to appoint you. What's going through my mind is, number one, if I appoint this guy, this lady to do the work for me, the chances are good she's going to ask to lend my ladder at some stage. Because my ladder has been broken or someone has stolen my ladder. So you need to be perceived to be professional in whatever capacity you're working. Professional plumber. There's a lovely book by Seth Godin. S-E-T-H, surname Godin, G-O-D-I-N. It's called The Purple Cow. Now, the purple cow concept works something like this. He says, him and his family are driving through I think it was the French countryside, and they come across this most beautiful cow. Strong, mafuta, hey, and it's got lots of milk, and they stop the car because they've never seen a cow like this before. They get out the car, they take photographs of it, they lean over the fence, and they're wonderfully enthralled by this cow. They get in the car, eventually they drive around the corner, vrachtig, there's another one. Stop the car, but they don't get out this time. Looking in the window, say, geez, this is a beautiful cow. Carry on, start the car, carry on driving, and what happens is, there's another cow, and another cow. Eventually, he says, the only thing that would have stopped them if they came around the bend and saw a purple cow. Because that would have been different. Now, I can tell you now in George, they refer to this as the pink horse and the pink cow, but it's actually the purple cow. And what he's saying there is, when I put your business in a line with other printers, other stationers, other construction businesses, other shops, why would I stop and go into your business? What is so unique about your business? And that's what, when we talk about positioning, that's where I need you to be. You need to be the purple cow in your own business. So we managed to get the mandate or the opportunity to quote. What do we do? In East London, this is what we do. Okay, so I go do all my homework, and I go to the client and I say, thank you, sir, here's my proposal. And then I walk away, and I phone him a week later, and I say, how did we do? He says, sorry, you didn't get it. So, okay, well, why not? Well, maybe it's because you haven't prepared enough. So if I'm going to do a proposal to a new owner, a new business, this is what I'm going to do. And maybe you want to do the same. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that I am an analytical, and I perhaps maybe do go overboard. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and check out my new customers' market. Let's see what's happening in that industry. Let's go and see what's happening. What are the trends there? Then I'm going to go and have a look and see what his competition is doing. How is his competition reacting to the marketplace? Then I'm going to go and look very carefully at his company. See, what is his company doing? Where are they placed? Where are their branches? I'm then going to look at his letterhead, and I'm going to go and find the directors of that company. And I'm going to find out as much as I can about the directors and the decision makers in that company, because I want to know which are the right buttons to push. How do I do that? Google. Not so. Facebook. YouTube. Twitter, all these social media concepts are there to help you. It's actually leveled the playing fields. I don't have to spend hours and hours in the library. I don't have to go to the stockbrokers to have a look at the stock market to see what's happening in this business. So please, prepare, prepare, prepare. So when I meet the gentleman for the first time, your name is?
Klangi.
Klangi. I'm going to say, Klangi, tell me. I believe you like hunting. And we'll have a little chat about hunting. So we've done the preparation, and then the presentation is very vital, ladies and gentlemen. When you get asked to prepare a proposal, make sure the proposal is professional in appearance. Make sure the proposal has no spelling mistakes. I heard Bill speaking about that early on. My name is Thayn, T-H-A-Y-N. And when I was young and not so much grey hair, I didn't mind if people put an E on the end. But I'm getting old and cranky now. And if they spell my name with an E on the end, I get really irritated. So your customer is really very concerned about his name. Make sure you address it correctly. Use colors in your preparation. Make sure you identify all their needs, because that's the only way you're going to make your mark. And you have to be perceived to be bigger than you are. So don't come to me with a little email, a business card that is made at home and you've laminated it, because I ain't going to give you the deposit. Especially if there's only a cell phone number on the card and a Gmail address. Be bigger than you are. Social media can make that happen for you. Anyway, sorry, I get a little bit taken away there, because in East London, we ask for 5 quotes. You'll be lucky if 3 people arrive to give you a quote to do business, and you're very lucky if you get 1 quote out of that. And for me, where is the economic down cycle? We create it ourselves very often. Okay. So, you have 2 options. You can either sell, as I mentioned earlier on, 1,000 hamburgers and make the same money than if you sold 100 hamburgers. I'm sure you're going to choose the 100 hamburger option. Am I right? That is called pricing according to price, costing according to price. If you're going the other route, like the pick and pay route and the checkers, that is volume-based pricing. Now, everybody in this room wants to be priced, not on volume. There may be 1 or 2 of you. But here's an exercise for you to find out, where are you pricing yourself? Because I know we go and phone around and see what the competition is asking for their product. So draw a line on a piece of paper in front of you, just a straight horizontal line for me. From left to right or right to left, however you want it. And on the left-hand side, and I want you to do this at home. I'm going to give you the example now, but I would like you to do this at home. Write 100 on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side of that same stripe, you're going to write 180. And in between, I want you to do equal lines, equal spaces, 3 lines. So you can have 100, you can have 180, and you can have 5 equal vertical lines. Can I see someone that's doing it? You got it? There we go. You got it, sir. Now, what you do at home is you take the 180 and you minus the 100, you're going to get 80. Divide that by 4. So on those stripes you've got there now, on the left-hand side, you're going to have 100, then you're going to have 120, then you're going to have 140, then you're going to have 160, and you're going to have 180. You got that? Then, on just to the left of the 140, just a little bit to the left, put a figure in there of 135. Okay. Now, what is that exercise? When you get home, what I want you to do is go and phone around and find out what your competition is charging for a similar service that you're providing. And you're going to find, I want you to find the cheapest price. In my example, that's the 100. But then I also want you to go and find the most expensive price, which is the 180. And then I want you to plot your price on that line. If you are to the left of the 140, whatever the 140 would be in your case, you are pricing yourself according to volume. You want to be on the other side and price yourself in accordance with your costs and your pricing. You want to be on the right-hand side of that graph, ladies and gentlemen. Now, how do you get there? Obviously, I'm going to say to you, increase your price. And I know what you're going to say to me, but Thayn, if I increase my price, I'm going to lose business. Correct. So here's the formula. If I increase my price by 10%, just 10%, statistics tell me that I'm probably going to lose about 3 to 5% of my customers. Okay? But now I want to go, because I'm conservative, I want to go worse than that. I'm going to say, why don't we work on losing 10% of your customers? So, okay, now I've lost 10% of my customers because I've increased my price. Guess what? 90% of your customers will be paying the higher price. Okay? So, are you going to make less money? I don't think so. But it takes a lot of guts to do that, I understand that. But just maybe you want to do that exercise for yourself and move yourself from a volume-based pricing to actually pricing yourself where you want to be, which is on the right-hand side of that graph.